culture of impunity that we see in our midst today. And this impunity to me is because of the failure of our citizenry to observe the rule of law. They have disregarded the rule of law because people feel that they can get away with wrongdoing. They can feel that they can commit crimes without fear of being punished. In other words, Mr. Chairman, in my humble opinion, it is the failure of our justice system. And I was part of that once, as Secretary of Justice for 4 years. Indeed, I must admit that, I may have failed to do what is needed in order to improve at least the perception of our people on our justice system. And the failure is from the investigation, prosecution, adjudication, and in the punishment phase. There is a failure of our institutions to enforce compliance with the law. And therefore, we see the impunity that we see today in our society. But talking of institutions, we have enough, in my mind, institutions in our system today that should address these anomalies. But we must admit that there is that we see the failure of the system to effectively prevent corruption. The Ombudsman, under the Constitution, has the mandate to punish and prevent these anomalies. This is a constitutional power. But today, we need this body being proposed by the Senate President in his bill because of the unrest that we feel in our midst and the need to restore the faith of our people in our democratic system of government. My submission, Mr. Chairman, is that this commission should not be a new body that will be perpetually funded and existed. We have enough institutions in our democracy. In my view, we have to strengthen them. But in the meantime, let us have this ad hoc body in order to restore the faith of our people in our justice system and mollify the people, make them believe that democracy is still the best system for our governance. We therefore urge the chairman and the committee to immediately report to plenary the bill of the Senate President after this committee hearing, and that it be calendared for debates in the Senate before the Senate tackles the national budget. We urge the President, and I join the call of the chairman, to certify the same as urgent. Mr. President, there are precedents to the creation of the ICI. There are precedents. Recall, the most famous, of course, is the Agrava Commission, which was formed in 1986. And you have the Davide Commission, the Feliciano Commission. All of this, Mr. President, were fact-finding bodies, the same as what is envisioned in Senate Bill 1252, because it is consistent with the Constitution that this body be created to be given fact-finding powers, and all of these bodies before, whose existence were challenged in the court, were all sustained by constitutional, except for the Truth Commission. And the Truth Commission was decreed by the Supreme Court as unconstitutional because of the Equal Protection Clause, when the EO itself said that it shall cover only investigations of anomalies of the past administration. That was considered as violative of the Equal Protection Clause. I have other comments on the other parts of the bill, Mr. Chairman, but I will end this opening statement with an acknowledgement of my appreciation to the committee for setting this early. We reiterate our call that this be given top priority by the Senate leadership. And once more, allow me to express, I think I would echo the appreciation of our people on the effort of the Senate President to file this bill. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Senate President Drillon. Would members of the ICC, would the ICI, would you have an opening? Oh, does former Chief Justice Puno have an opening statement? You have the floor, sir.
Senate President, I like to think that your preliminary statements eloquently express the necessity for the filing of this bill, and more importantly, its enactment without any unnecessary delay. They also adequately express the anger of our people on the corruption being unearthed, especially on the flood control projects. Likewise, your statements perfectly echo the unanimous opinion of all sectors of our society: the upper class, the middle class, the poor class, the academe, the civic organization, and the churches, on the imperative need for the passage of this bill. And so, in the interest of time, and to avoid redundancy, I will not make any further prologue or preliminary statements. But I am ready, Your Honors, to give my comments on the different provisions of Senate Bill 1215. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you, Chief Justice Puno. Justice Andres Reyes, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, I'd like to thank Senator Pangilinan, Animo, and Senate President Vicente Soto for this invitation. We thank you because our laws, our creation needs more powers, more refinement. Again, I will just echo what you have said earlier, that this thing is outrageous and makes me cry that how can these people get away with 500 billion pesos? It's our inspiration to work hard. We are only 39 days old. ICI is only 39 days old. For the last 21 days, we only had 3 lawyers. And now we have some volunteers from the PAO and from the other agencies. But we will try our best to be able to full blast investigation of all this fraud. We don't have the facility and we don't have the rules of procedure, but we will already shorten the procedure in spite of no rules allowing us. We will now go on live stream next week. Once we get to be able to have the technical capability with us already. So again, I repeat, we will be doing live stream next week. And thank you po.
Thank you, Justice Reyes, and that is welcome news that the ICI will do live streaming of its proceedings. People would like to know the facts of these cases and would like to be updated as to the developments and progress of the investigation. And a live streaming of the proceedings will definitely address this concern of the public. Thank you very much. Secretary Dave Singson, do you have an opening statement? Please go ahead. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Senator Pangilinan, and good afternoon to Senate President Tito Soto. Sir, Your Honor, after being in DPWH for 6 years, full 6 years, I could not believe what I was hearing in terms of the magnitude of the corruption. And I tried to analyze, where did the system fail? It looked like it was all over. This is what we've learned so far after we've called witnesses. I think a total of 40 plus have been invited, including 8 senators, 4 congressmen, 4 secretaries, and several other personalities. But recognizing that the procedure, the legal process that we have to follow is so tedious. Bago po may makulong, ang haba ho ng proseso. As compared, you may want to consider, as compared to the 2 gold standards of anti-corruption, which is the ICAC of Hong Kong and the CPIB of Singapore. They have much more powers than all 3 of these agencies that we have combined. Now, as a result of the difficulty and because of the very strong clamor of our people, because of the massive corruption all over the place, under the leadership of Chairman Reyes, we invited a total of 20 government agencies to find out from them what are the administrative powers that we can immediately utilize in collaboration with these agencies. Marami po pala niyan. So we hope that the committee can consider some of these provisions. For example, under the Philippine Competition Commission, you have anti-competition provisions or bid rigging of bids that will penalize for the first instance immediately 100 million. Second instance, 105, 110, all the way to 250 million pesos per incident. We have also identified in other agencies like customs, like CAAP, but more telling is an old executive order, specifically 913. Senator President, 913 is the, you might want to pick up some of those provisions in EO 913 that gives immediate or departure order, immediate seizure of assets. Marami pala yun na pwedeng gamitin. So, if it is already there, it is just a matter of putting all of them under your proposed bill, Mr. Senator. So with that, I will end my opening statement because I can discuss further details in terms of where, how much, and so on. But I will leave it up to the Senate.
Thank you, Secretary Daves. Just to clarify, EO 913 is a DPI executive order.